Hey everybody, it's JMan105 coming back at you with another hobby slash DIY related video, and today I want to talk about power drills, both corded and cordless, and a small selection of bits and accessories for your drills that you just have to have if you are a DIYer. I'm going to start off with two out of the four drills that I own, one of them being the Black & Decker 18 volt cordless drill. Now that comes with a plug-in adapter for the wall to charge it. There's a little port on the back where that plugs in. This is an older model. I've had it for I think at least 20 years now, but it just keeps on trucking. And a cordless drill is a must because corded drills, even though they're a bit more powerful and they don't run out of battery power, they are a pain in the butt because they only usually have one or two speeds unless you have a fancy one, whereas this one can go just about anywhere. It does have speeds for using screwdriver bits and or drill bits, forward and reverse. It's also a keyless chuck, which means you can twist it to tighten it. You don't need a key. This is a corded drill that I have, so drill 2 of 4, I guess. This is a DeWalt 3/8 chuck keyed drill, so that means you need to have this key with it that goes in the little holes on the chuck to tighten it and to untighten it. It has only 2 speeds, forward and reverse. It is very versatile though because it has a lot of power, and because it's not battery powered, you just plug it into the wall and away you go. Not pictured are my corded 3/8 keyless chuck. So it's a drill like this, but it has a keyless chuck like that drill. And I have an old hammer drill, which is meant to pound things, from the 1950s or 60s that my late grandfather had given me. That one doesn't come out to play very often. Now that you've seen those two drills, and these are mainstays and something that you want to have in your house, I'm just going to show you a small selection of the drill bits and accessories that I have and that I use. Starting first with my drill bit set from Porter Cable. These are tungsten carbide. You can drill through anything that's wood, metal, or plastic pretty much. They are very tough. You do want to use them on a drill setting or a speed of 22 if you have a cordless drill. They're very versatile. They're very tough. You do need to clean them every so often. You can't just leave sawdust and other shit on your drill bits because who does that? But they're a very good set to have. I had picked these up on I think on clearance or on sale for half price back in the day. I have my little Mastercraft set, which is a flip around bit and a countersink. So you would use the countersink when you're drilling concave holes to put certain types of screws in. It also has a flip around and a quick release, which means you can snap in this and turn it around if you have to. So you could be using a screwdriver bit, you pull back on this, throw it in the other direction, and suddenly you have a drill bit clamped in on that side. And sorry, this is more of the countersink I was telling you about. It's a versatile little set. I don't know what they go for now. This also used to be my grandfather's set. I think it's from the late 90s, this set, but it's still in great shape. Yes, I do take care of things. These are your adapters and quick releases. So you notice on the ends they have the square ends of what you'd put a socket into. Well, that's what they're for. So you'd use them for different size sockets, anywhere from 1/4 inch through 3/8 up to 1/2 inch in case you need to screw in a hex bolt or something that you can't really tighten, or maybe you don't need a socket wrench to tighten it that much, so you want to just put it in quickly with the drill. That's what you'd use those for. This is a quick release, so this is mainly used just with screwdriver bits, which I'm going to get to. You pop this forward, you put your screwdriver bit in, and it locks it in place so that you can swap out quicker. You don't need to keep putting in bit after bit after bit, especially if you know you're going to use the same bit over and over again on a project. These are nut drivers. It's an alternative to using sockets. They're made to certain sizes. You literally just slip them into the drill, as they have their own shaft, and you'd use it to screw hex bolts of any sizes or screws that take a hex bolt head. Driver bits I have a few different varieties. These are only a fraction of the driver bits I have. I have another bin and some in my toolbox as well. I have the short stock and an extender in the middle, which I don't use that often, and I have the long stock. Depending on what kind of screws you have to put in and where they're located, that's what would determine if you need a short stock or a long stock. I have my pointed tip drill bits. These are mainly for wood. You can use them in metal in a pinch, but you'll end up ruining them, so mainly for wood. These are chisel tip. As you can see, they have a different head than most drill bits. These are for concrete and brick. Top tip, when you're drilling into brick, do not drill into the mortar, drill into the actual brick. Otherwise the mortar will come flying out and you've accomplished nothing except giving yourself a bigger project to fix. These are called spade bits. They come in a variety of sizes. I only have 4 in my whole package out here, specifically for wood. They make a perfect circular hole in the wood, depending on the size that you need. If you don't have any, get some. And finally, I have a couple more screwdriver bit extensions. I have a small one, which is similar to the one you see over here, except it's from a different set. And I have the long shaft. I have 2 or 3 of those. They're actually from a screwdriver set that came with assorted bits, but I keep them aside to be used in my drills. And there you have it. Drills and drill bits, something everybody needs in their house if you're doing DIY or hobby projects. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And for more hobby and DIY related material, please join us on the Hobby Lounge on Discord.